All right, y'all. Hey, appreciate that. Even tomorrow, man, now thousands of people are expected to attend the Get Your Knee Off Our Necks Commitment March on Washington, honoring the 57th anniversary of the march where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech. And the National Action Network is one of the organizations putting the event together. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for National Action Network founder and president, Reverend Al Sharpton. Man, good morning, Reverend Al. Thank you for taking time to talk to us this morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning. Glad to be with all of you.
Man, we love you so much. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I'm so excited. Now, what is the main purpose of the march, and what are you hoping to accomplish for tomorrow?
Well, the main purpose is there are two pieces of legislation. The George Floyd Police and Justice Act, which has passed the House of Representatives, but Mitch McConnell has not even brought it before the Senate, and the John Lewis Voter Rights Bill. Both bills, one bill, the Floyd bill, is to make it a felony for police to use compression of any sort that leads to a fatality or death, to make them not have immunity from personal lawsuits, and to also make all their records transparent if there's been complaints against them. That would all be federal offenses. And the John Lewis bill is to give us full powers again of voting rights and a map to make sure that you cannot make voting rights changes, change voting sites, change people on the rolls without clearing it with the Justice Department. Now, the reason we're using these two bills, because they need to have mass support, is in 63, 57 years ago when Dr. King did I Have a Dream, they came to get a Civil Rights Act. As we've been marching and talking to you, Ricky, since George Floyd's death, we've had great demonstrations. We must now demonstrate and pinpoint the legislation. Otherwise, they'll say, well, they had a summer discontent, nothing changed. We want to make laws change like they did in 63. The 63 march led to the 64 Voting Rights Act. We can't have just marching. We're not an exercise class. We're about change.
Right.
And I think that this is why we've got to do this.
Amen. Reverend Al, we really appreciate the way you ride for our people and stand for justice every time. We just want to say thank you. And I also hear the family members of some of the victims of police violence and racial injustice have been invited to participate. Who are you expecting to attend?
George Floyd's family is already here. I'm in Washington. His brother and them are already here. The father and mother of young Mr. Blake, who was shot in the back in Kenosha, is here. They're on their way. The father's already in flight. The mother be in the morning. We expect the families of Breonna Taylor. We expect the family of Rashad Brooks, shot in Atlanta. Ahmaud Arbery's father. All of them will be all the way back to Eric Garner. They will lead the march. We have the rally where Martin Luther King III is speaking. He's a co-convener, and Attorney Ben Crump. And after the rally, we will march from the Lincoln Memorial to the King Memorial, and we accept to take a lot of people. We have face masks for everybody. We're going to make them social distance. Yes. We're taking everybody's temperature that comes into the march. So we're going to be, unlike President Trump, who had an outdoor thing last night with Pence and having one tonight, we're making everybody be COVID-19 conscious. Yes. All of the buses, they've got to be tested before they get on the bus with the temperature. So we're going to be responsible, but we're going to be determined.
Okay, and Reverend, now this is Special K. Hope that the march turns out even more than what you're expecting. And my question was related to the pandemic, but you already answered that, and that's good to hear. But in light of what happened in Kenosha this week, is there any concern about counter-protesters showing up?
Well, I think the counter-protest is tonight. President Trump is speaking down the block at the White House.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's crazy. So, Reverend...
I mean, how do you have a president, Ricky, last night, Special K, the vice president spoke and never called the name of Blake? Talked about law and order. Well, when do the police follow the law and establish the order? Shooting a man in the back 7 or 8 times, that's against the law and against order.
Hey, Reverend, now, we was having a conversation about, off the air, about how, when Gary was doing his segment about Black Lives Matter, how they are trying to make it seem as if other people and other entities are not trying to infiltrate Black Lives Matter to make it look like Black Lives Matter is burning down buildings and stuff like that. How do you feel about that? You know, because just like that 17-year-old kid came out of nowhere with an assault rifle and killed 2 people. This stuff has been happening a long time.
Right.
A long time. But the thing that gets me, first of all, Black Lives Matter is about saying that you've made everybody else's life matter, make ours matter. And there are different parts of the movement, civil rights groups like National Action Network and Urban League, all the way to grassroots activists, many of who the Black Lives Matter organization are speaking at the rally tomorrow. We've all got to deal with Black Lives Matter. It is not burning down anything. There are those that have looted, and we've said that we're against looting, but are they against shooting? They want to stop the looting without dealing with the police shooting, and you've got to do both. And the other part of that, though, I think, is that we're not anti-police. We want to stop gun violence. I preached a 1-year-old kid's funeral in New York 3 weeks ago, shot with a stray bullet. My heart went out to my niece, Rickey, Smiley's daughter, when she went through her thing. She won't tell Rickey I'm a real uncle, but that's because
she loves.
I mean, we got to be real about this, and for them to act like Black Lives Matter is the problem when they won't deal with policing, we've got to deal with what's wrong on both sides.
Amen.
Absolutely. And so there are a lot of us that are not able to travel to D.C. tomorrow because of the pandemic and all of our own issues. Are there any way that people can participate who are not physically in D.C. tomorrow?
Yes, they can go on nationalactionnetwork.net. It will be on all of the live broadcast the whole time. BET is doing it live. MSNBC will be doing some of it live, and it'll be easy to watch. But those in the Northeast area can go to www.National Action Network, find out where the buses are. The buses are free to bring you down. But we're going to check your temperature. We're going to put a face mask on you, and we're going to put gloves on you because we don't want to be irresponsible.
Hey, Reverend Al, you saw that video I made on Facebook yesterday? You know, I had to defend you and Ben Crump. You know, I went in, Reverend Al. I don't play about y'all.
Oh, yeah. We gonna have a meeting at the church to see if we can make you a deacon. You know, the other side of your language, we might have a little problem getting that past the deacon boy, but we gonna try.
It's hard to. Don't get me started, Reverend.
Try Jesus.
That's right. That's right.
Don't try Rickey.
Don't try me.
Because he fight.
Hey, Reverend Al, we really appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all please give it up for Reverend Al Sharpton. And there is still some time to reserve your spot for tomorrow's Get Your Knee Off Our Necks Commitment March. Go to nationalactionnetwork.net or call toll free 877-626-4651.